They can turn Nigeria to an Islamic nation. It can never happen. Now hear me as a prophet. It will never happen. All this agenda is to make Nigeria an Islamic nation. Let me tell you today. That's the agenda. It can never happen. Are you telling me that Igbo man will be an Muslim? Or Sasa will be Muslims? You better, if you try it, will get out. Are you telling me Igbo man now will become a Muslim? You force him to be a Muslim? Or you force a Sasa man to be a Muslim? That is the agenda. Hear me, I'm a man of God. That's the agenda. Don't think it's all this kidnapping banditry. It's the agenda. If army want to wipe them off, they wipe them off in one day. And they have the power to do it. How can you bring Turkish people to come and... Turkey that was a Christian nation that turned to Islam. You bring army from Turkey to come and protect Nigeria. Thank you. We are not stupid. We know it. Wait, let me hear it. I'm one of those who speak. It can never happen. It's not even if after we are gone, it will never... Never! Nigeria will never be an Islamic nation. If they want it, they can take their part and go. But this country will never be run by Islam. As we are living peacefully, they better leave it alone. If anybody wants to make it, he can take his own, all those their states and go. But to say that he will impose Islam on us, that is madness of the highest order. And that is the agenda. But I can tell you, it will never. Not in my lifetime, even after my lifetime. In the name of Jesus. It will never. Social media, if you like, carry it, but don't misquote me. Don't misquote me. Nigeria will never be an Islamic nation. That's what I said, and don't misquote me. Say it as I say it. Please, everybody worship your God, but don't impose your religion on us. We have never imposed our own on you. Say it as I put it. If you twist what I said, you'll be cursed.
You see, this type of preaching by David Ibiumi is very, very dangerous, especially when it is.
You listen to that. I would like you, before I put my take, I will like you to also listen to the very dark man first. Then last, I will not put my take. No. I must put my take. And you yourself, you must put your take. As far as you are a Nigerian, you must put your take. Put it under the comment section. Me and they see you now regarding la bar under the comment section. Not be let me get brain to analyze. Not be let me get brain to analyze. Not be let me get brain to think logistically, analytically, and critical thinking. Not be let me get brain. We all have good thinkers in this building. I bet we not get to again. So we all need a better Nigeria, a working Nigeria, a corruption-free nation. We are all looking forward to have a better nation. But that is why you must come in. So please, kindly, please put your take under the comment section on this. Before then, having said that, let us listen to the very dark man.
This type of preaching by David Ibiumi is very, very dangerous, especially when it is not broken down properly. Now you have a very big audience. You have a very big audience. With this type of message now, 80-90% of them are leaving that church with a mentality that Muslims in general are all in it together to Islamize Nigeria. Whereas the reality of things is that these so-called Muslims too, they are also being killed. It will interest the man of God to know that yesterday state, Muslim state, Hausa-speaking states have been facing terrorism and insecurity. So these people that you believe that want to Islamize Nigeria, why are they not carrying the other Islam along, or the other Muslims along? Why are they not doing that? The government have failed. But it's high time we start educating people about the dangers that are on ground. This mentality of they want to Islamize Nigeria have been going on for the longest. Whereas Muslims, they suffer. They bomb mosques, they bomb church. Kwara recently, a lot of them in their communities have been chased out. Kwara is more Muslim than Christian. The problem is very, very huge. I believe that this Boko Haram, yes, maybe, I mean, the prophet, his point, maybe, whatever thing that made him think like this makes sense, because this Boko Haram, they will recite the Quran sometimes, they will say Allahu Akbar in videos, you know, it still does not mean that they are Muslims. It still does not mean that they are carrying Islam on them. I will tell you people for free, a lot of imams that preach against Boko Haram from the
So on a
onset,
long
they have
share,
all been killed by Boko Haram terrorists. Some of them even in the mosques. So this new generation that are coming up, the Gen Zs and the Gen Alpha, what do they call them? We need to start letting them understand that the enemies are the terrorists. Just like America did to Al-Qaeda, and just like America did to Osama bin Laden. They make sure they put it out there that this man is a terrorist, that these people are terrorist groups. But Nigerians, we don't do government, but we don't let these people off. We're supposed to put them on the world map, say, come, well, now we are coming for you. This is what I'm trying to preach. Togetherness first, between Christian and Muslims. Then we can now face these people that have come to create division, that have come to cause problems, to steal, kill, destroy, take advantage of our women, sell our children, our girl child, commit a lot of atrocities.
So on a long share,
It's quite sad. I will not blame David Ibiomi for this preaching because of what he can see. But I think a little bit of research and to really understand that this problem, nobody say, if you are claiming that, if maybe you are preaching that they want to Islamize Nigeria, but why are they also killing Muslims? That is what I cannot comprehend. See the general where they just spy now. Him and his wife, they are Muslims. Yet the man died for custody. Understand this, these people are criminals. These people are criminals. These people are criminals. Should all call them and point them out for what they are. We should preach togetherness. Please, pastors, imams, preach togetherness first. You cannot be divided and fight. We have to be united to fight terrorism in Nigeria. And I'm beginning to believe that it's not just the job of the military.
so on a long share,
The NSC. We have to collectively join together and push these people out. They've taken over our farmlands. I'll keep bringing this. They are shutting down our schools. We cannot travel. They are taking.
I believe you can go and watch the rest of the video on VDM China. I want to put my own take, which you have the responsibility. The responsibility lies on you to also put your take under the comment section. My take is this. You know, Pastor David has said his own, and which I perceive, I interpret as a warning. Warning. I perceive as warning without solution. And VDM take on this is that Pastor David would have took time, would have also studied the problem, would have studied the problem very well first before bringing this, before concluding, before his conclusion. If he can study the problem very well, he will not know how to conclude. Because how his member will interpret what he said. You know, I usually make us to understand that words is what give birth to action. And action is what give birth to consequences, either negatively or positively. So then the action of the member now is about their mentality, how they will be, how they will think, how they will reason after that service. They're going to have nonce or impression, nonce and impression, because why would they nonce an impression that will not profine, that will not put solutions to this problem we are all facing in this nation? Because they are not well educated, they are not well informed. It's like half truths have been dispatched on their head. So it's like it will not be like a warning without solution. It will create fears. Warning without solution create fears. Not instead of safety, instead of enabling environment, instead of peaceful environment, instead of solutions, it will not create fear. And fear originated from the devil, not from God, because there's already half truths, not fully truths, because of unverifiable information. That's what the VDM was trying to tell him. So if there is an agenda, as he has said, there's an agenda, we are no longer an ignorance of it. There is always an agenda. So if there's an agenda threatening this nation, so then leaders must not only just identify the danger alone, but also able to explain to the people. Explanation is what is the key. Explanation of the problem. Now, just as the very dark man has said, he make references to other nations who make the problem so clear, simplify the identity of their problem, the color of their problem. It could be able to make it clear, clean. According to the book of Habakkuk, he says you should write the vision, let it be clear, clean. Understand? So this is what we are talking about. So if the leaders, if leaders like Pastor David have identified an agenda, leaders have identified the danger, and not only to just identify the danger, they're supposed to be a practical step to that kind of a practical step for the citizens. Practical steps for who? So leaders must not just only identify danger, but also able to explain practical steps citizens can take. That is solution. The citizens can take, their people, his followers now, they are listening. People are what they hear. And what they hear is what they become in the society. So the steps citizens can take to protect themselves, to protect themselves and to strengthen the society, because our society is not healthy enough for half truths. Half truth is equals to lie. Half truth creates confusion. So telling people what the problem is without explaining deeper, without a deeper understanding, without a deeper explanation, without a deeper explaining the root cause, the evidence to that explanation, the evidence of that claim. And I know evidence, Boku, the evidence, not just so that it will not just look like, seems like an assumption, the evidence that back up the explanation. Problem without explaining the root cause, evidence, and solution leaves room for what? Leaves room for speculations. Creates room for speculations. Because without evidence, without explaining the root cause, it will not create all that atmosphere. It will not create a room for speculation and misunderstanding. So words, as we can see, words shape behavioral. As we can see, we can just possibly look at words ordinary. Words is not ordinary because people are what they hear. After all, can't you see how God created the whole world with words? So words shape behaviors. It shape societal behavior. Words. So every public declaration influence how people. That is why I say people are what they hear. Influence how people think. Influence their thinking faculty. Influence their votes. Influence their corporate, whether they will cooperate or not, or their corporation. Influence them. Influence their responses. So it requires careful guidance. Issue like this. Careful guidance. Careful, what did you careful. Careful guidance after every serious warning. Like that. People are what they hear. We want to get it right. So we must get it right with high level of understanding, with accurate and evidence of explanation, practical explanation. So history has shown that fear alone never solve any crisis. History have revealed that fears can never. History reveals that fear alone, because when we look at Nigeria as a nation, everybody has already, fear has been infiltrated to everybody. So fear alone, fear from words, where it said the Bible, the Holy Book said that the fear is from the devil. Who is the devil? It is from words, actions, what is going on, situations. So those are the word where fear speculate from. Fear sprout from all these angles, and fear alone never solve any situation, any problem. Fear does not solve any problem. If history have revealed this to us, so nations overcome insecurity. Nation overcome insecurity problem through what? Through educational means, through education system, through strong institution, valuable institutions. That is how nation overcomes the issue of insecurity. Through what? Through education, through institutions, through accountability, and citizens' participations. That is how nation overcome their issue of insecurity. Citizens' participation, not just fear-driven narrative, not just a narrative that is being driven by fear. It can never resolve the issue of insecurity. Through what? Through strong institutions, through accountability, participation, not just fear-driven narrative. We should keep note of this. For listening to this extent, this is my take. So what is your take on all of this? We all need a solution to all this problem. We all need a better Nigeria. We all need a working Nigeria so that our people can find, they can see reasons when problem happen. Is sending a message for, so this is a time for we to have a different mindset, a fresh mindset, a new mindset altogether. We the Nigerians, it's only we that have to solve our problems. We have to think together, we have to reason together, we have to have one understanding, we have to put aside our differences and make sure we work together in order for we to resolve our problem. This is a national problem, and I believe we will overcome. Victory is ours. May God bless you, the very dark man, and may God also bless you, Pastor David. But there's more we can do.